The most recent and the most up-to-date entertainment stories coming right up, right here on Tea Time. Hello and welcome to the program. I am Tokumbo Taiwo, together with my colleagues on set, Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. Hello, people.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Smiley, smiley. You've had a good afternoon, haven't you?
A very interesting afternoon.
Okay. You had something, a 5-course meal?
Wow. I wish.
We wish.
But it's been an interesting
afternoon. All right. We're delving straight into our first story, which is on Tonto Dikeh, who is set for her last cosmetic surgery, which apparently cost over 5 million naira. Yes.
Why are you dragging the naira like that?
Okay, 5 million naira. Was that fast enough?
Well, I mean, you do whatever you want to do with your body and your money. If she can afford it and she wants it, why not? She said she's done 2 before, right? One was on her boobs. The second one, we are not sure where. And right now, I hope she's probably doing this on her waist right now, because I think that's the only part that's remaining in her figure.
You went to check.
Nah, she came to tell us, so I have to follow up to know.
So you check what part has problem?
It's not like problem. I mean, I'm sure she's trying to get the hourglass shape, right? So if you look at it and look at the hourglass shape, you know it's just the waist that is remaining. Oh. Yeah, so she will soon get there. I wish her safe surgery.
Safe surgery.
If it was your take,
Tonto.
She should stop or she should continue?
Fitness. Give me that money. I will enroll you with Keme.
No, but you know there are some things that exercising can't really do for you.
And you know, it's more like a general thing now. Most of my female friends, especially the chubby ones, they tell me these days that, oh, there's no way they won't do lipo. They must do lipo. They must take out the extra fat in their belly. And I'm like, they're like, I've been using waist trainer, I've been gymming, I've been doing this. My stomach is still not flat. That as soon as I have the money, in fact, I know someone that is actually stacking up money at the moment just to go and do a proper liposuction surgery.
Yeah, but lipo is different from
it's any form of enhancement. It's still surgery to enhance your body in any way. So
yes, but lipo sometimes is health. You know, it's health related.
Yeah, that's if you're
cosmetic.
obese. I'm talking about my friends, and I don't think I know any obese friends. So I'm talking about people that they are not that bad. Not even that bad. They are not even bad at all. they are not even bad at all, but they still think they need to take out the extra fat, you know, and no one that also wants to get a boob job done and all of that. So I'm like,
about the belly, I think the belly fat is just extremely stubborn, like extremely stubborn.
That's in the whole body.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not difficult to lose weight, because for I mean, I can't say for everybody, but for me, losing weight is about being on treadmill at least 30 minutes for 5 days a week. You will know that I've said I did something. There was a time I was up to size 10 and it took me less than 3 months to come down. But you see that tummy?
Yes, that's the thing.
I've accepted my fate, and because I cannot diet, I cannot see pizza and you tell me I'm not going to take that pizza, it's not going to work. So because I've not been able to mix dieting to the level of workouts I do, I mean I do some level of workouts.
Elsie, are you one
that's
of the
only reason my tummy is the way it is.
After that 6 p.m.
It's 7 p.m. actually. And like Kevin said, I mean, thank God we had him on the show. He said you just have to eat at least 3 hours to your bedtime, right? So if I was going to sleep for 11, who says I can't eat by 8?
Good.
Right? So, but I work with the 7 o'clock mark.
7 o'clock? Okay, but
except
is that
when I see some meal that I can't say no to, you know.
But that...
I work for the 8:30.
Oh, good heavens. Okay. All right. Ife, do you have more to say on this?
Well, I just think it's what, at the end of the day, we spoke about this morning. It's choices, how you want to live your life. I don't think we can tell her what to do with her money. It's her money. She works pretty hard for it, and we see it. And she's making this money, and if she decides she wants to enhance her body, she's a single mother, and hopefully she could still get married. Who knows? So she doesn't want any man to come and spoil her life. So let her just enjoy herself, do as much surgery as she wants to, and live your life, girl.
But it's funny how, I don't know, because like in the past, like, you know, surgeries were like a complete no-no or a taboo, or, you know, I'm talking way
in this part of the world? or
even,
everywhere?
No, here in this part of the world.
Because there was this.
Now there's a lot of.
Yeah, because people are beginning to know better. It's just like, I'm sorry, I have to.
Sorry, if I was going to give us some juicy information.
No. Let's go on.
Okay, there's this thing to this mindset around pregnancy, and you get people saying if you don't push out the baby naturally, then you're probably not an awesome mother, and
you're not even a real woman, they say.
Yeah, they say, yeah. And then some will tell you you have to go through that. You cannot do surgery. When they tell you have to do surgery, it's like you going to the church and fasting and praying. But right now, people are getting to understand that you can have a choice and say, okay, I don't want to push. I don't want to go through this level of pain or this level of labor. I just want my baby brought out at a particular day, right? And then it's a mindset that we are leaving behind. Surgery is not such a... what will I call it now? It's not a death sentence. It is a form of treatment.
Yes.
And if that's what works for you, if that's what you're comfortable with, then it's just like you saying, some people tell you it's easier for you to just swallow medicine that is safer than taking injections. Of course, there are hazards with injections, and there are still hazards with swallowing medicine, right? But it's just whatever works for you and you're comfortable with it, and you're sure you're in the right hands, the right, the professional, is it doctors now or surgeons? Whatever they are called, just to be sure you are in the right hand.
Yeah, that was going to be my closing remark. Anyways, if you need to get
some
anything,
disasters.
if you need to get anything
I mean, one happened
done,
in Lagos here recently.
Yeah, with your body, make sure you're doing it with a proper certified professional.
I'm telling you,
not
the disasters are just terrible.
Not just a quack, you know. A lot of people just go to anybody these days, they just tell you they have this, and then they just start injecting you with stuff, and you think, oh, that would enhance. That's why when you look around in Lagos now, you don't find proportionate.
I mean, you know, we had the case of a popular, one of our popular, I'm getting there, one of our popular, you know, actually had like this. You are the one not listening to me. One of our...
No, not you, I mean if...
I get what he's saying. Okay. I'm trying to explain what he's saying. One of our popular, you know, had like a point where her hip side was not proportionate. Like one side was bigger. I think she's gone back to do it right now. And thankfully, she did not lose her legs or probably lose her life in the process.
Can't remember that time.
And now it is proportionate.
Can't remember that time.
So please go to the doctor that would...
Can't remember that person you're talking about would take pictures and people will say, oh, she photoshopped.
I don't know who we're talking about right now, but I mean, exercise.
And then she will now go back and show you that no, it wasn't photoshopped.
I'm just a foodie, right? And I can't do away with food. So if you can't be disciplined enough, my own discipline ends in going to the gym. Like I can wake up very early, 5 o'clock, and push myself to the gym. But don't tell me not to eat.
Yes, can I just say, you know, you're the kind of person that I think needs to be disciplined, like for the rest of your life, if you like food. No, if you like food.
Oh, yeah, and that's why I'm
because
doing
some people do it, and then after some time, when they get to a certain stage,
I can't stop because I know how I want to look like at 60, and you remember we have a bet. So
go Elsie, that's all I can say. It's a good thing that we're actually talking to you because you're the perfect person to have, you know, talked so much about all of...
has changed. Tokubo has changed it to one-on-one guest.
Okay. Okay, maybe it's about time we moved on to our next story. Yes, all right. Before we bring you that next story, we'll take a quick break. Yes, there'll be more entertainment news right after this. We'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbofyokobo, Akborobomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time, your favorite entertainment news program. Up next is the story on Gifty, who threatens to kill any man and his mom if they try to get close to her daughter. But some sites have actually already labeled that man Mr. 2K. Okay. All right. So, Ife, you've said, so let's hear you.
Yeah, we need to start with you.
World people.
You think she's talking about somebody
I
else?
read it and I figured she was just making a general statement.
No. Nah, that's not a general statement. That's targeted at somebody. It's not.
No,
it
not
can't
what-
be
Let Ife say
a
his
general.
piece. Let's hear him then. We can.
Okay, tell me why it can be a general statement, why it was targeted.
No, just make your points. Don't worry.
Well, in my opinion, I think she was just making a random statement off the back of Tonto Dikeh's back and forth with a troll or trolls over the weekend that were saying, oh, she should allow Churchill into her son's life, and she was actually, you know, she was really defensive. So I think that's why she also tweeted this. So whichever way you want to see it.
So she also has an inside gist on Tonto Dikeh's ex-husband's mother's role in this whole drama.
She does?
I'm asking you. I
No,
mean,
because she made mention
mentioned
of
the mother,
mother.
right? And said
That's
his
where else
mother.
it's
So I'm
going.
saying, does she have like the inside gist? Is she now close to Tonto Dikeh to find
but
out?
she also talked about it
normal
generally.
that-
She
yeah,
didn't-
I think it's just normal that when a man wants his child, their mothers get involved because there's just... that's why I see like a general statement, because it's a societal
okay, you know,
thing.
Ife, let's
as far as
hear
I'm
where else
concerned.
is coming from. Maybe
No,
we'll
I'm not
understand.
coming from anywhere. Oh. But who owns the baby, Sha?
Her baby. But she wasn't talking about her baby.
Whose baby was
She was just talking about deadbeat dads and people, men that have not
Well,
been
maybe I
in their
didn't see
parents'
this whole,
lives. She wasn't
post.
talking
No,
about
she had
herself
already,
in
okay, let's
particular.
But I'm
not talk
saying,
about her.
who
She
is
had
the-
talked
who is
about
the father of
because she
Gifty?
had
Mr.
said
Tukey.
it's not. No, he had denied also, or she had denied. But
while she
but
was pregnant, he denied.
And
being
then
father.
he-
No,
and then
all the while, we
he
never
said-
knew until recently when Mr. Tukey posted the picture of a girl on her birthday, and it was the same girl Gifty posted. That was out.
And then he also posted something. Was it like the paternity test one time back that he's the father or something like that? So I'm like, I really don't understand how he can post the paternity test and then she didn't even do the posting. So that's
And
why
why did they even have to show us a paternity test?
because there was division of, because I think both of them were claiming, she was claiming that it wasn't him and he was claiming that he was the one. So I don't know.
Which is off the back of what I'm saying, that there was already a problem. Like while she was pregnant, Mr. Tukey kept on denying, even in the media, that they are still together or that anybody's pregnant for him.
Did
and
you
then
ever
suddenly,
know they were dating?
Of course.
I didn't
I
know.
mean, I had to interview Mr. Tukey at some point, and I knew they were dating, right? But he
I
was
never knew
always,
that.
he doesn't want to talk about it in
yeah.
public. And then at the end of the day, I think they broke up or something, and then pregnancy happened. So it was even surprising for me to know it's Mr. Tukey's baby. So yes, there's been a controversy, and you cannot blame people for linking this to Mr. Tukey, because there is a problem going on in that space that you can relate this to.
And is Mr. Tukey's mother trying to get custody of a child as well?
That's a bit far-fetched for Elsie, right?
I think that's the same thing you asked me when you asked if she has inside gist on Tonto's mom.
Yeah, no, you were saying this was off the back of what Tonto did, right? And I'm saying, is Gifty now very close to Tonto for her to know that
the mom's-
Churchill's mother
That's
is
what
being
I'm now
involved in this
asking. That is
conversation?
it that
Did I come out to say something
Mr.
about
Tukey's
Gifty?
mother is trying to collect the
Did
child?
I come out to say something about Gifty?
Mr. Tukey.
Oops.
I think you're just trying to sit on the fence on this,
On
but
this
with
one.
time, just Gifty is
I'm
in
not
the
trying to
mood
sit on the
talk. Like
fence.
she's been putting out a whole stuff. She has even
But have
blasted
you seen the way
Big
the
Brother Naija
bloggers put
platform.
it? Gifty threatens to kill Mr. Tukey and his mother.
And his mom, yeah.
Do you get like?
I mean, that post
come
was
on.
very threatening. Whoever she was talking to,
was
talking about,
talking
whether
generally.
whatever you can argue about now, you can argue to say, oh, this was not Mr. Tukey or this is Mr. Tukey. But is that post threatening? It definitely is.
Yes. All right. So what I think will play out is if one person actually responds. You know, I don't know. Like
No,
in the
Mr.
couple
Tukey
of
is
days,
never going to
he's not going to
respond
respond.
to stuff like this, no.
You don't think so?
No.
You want the Burna boy to beat him again?
Okay, all right. On that note, time for another break. But still to come, the latest headlines on Burna Boy and Prince Harry. Those headlines are up for conversation when we return. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbofyofobo, Akborobomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom. You know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
Feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You're tuned to Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time. Our next story is on Burna Boy, who apologizes for kicking a fan in Zambia. Okay, so I saw this video because I was really looking forward to seeing the video. I was like, let's see if the story is really true. And I saw the video and I saw the kick, you know, and but from what Burna Boy is saying, you know, he has apologized, and he said the guy was trying to steal from him, like,
but
10
did you see the
times or
up-close
so.
video?
The one I saw was the one from, there were so many people there, so I didn't see the up close. There's another video.
Yeah, there's another
so
one.
Why don't you just
What
chip
did he
in
look
there?
like?
The guy was trying to take off his ring.
His ring, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
The guy was trying, like, you could actually see somebody trying to pull off
the
his ring. So, yeah.
Because I was wondering, so that the one I saw was not the up close and personal one. So the one I saw was from afar. So I was wondering, I was like, what on earth is he trying to actually take off from him? Because I couldn't really see from
it was his
where
ring.
it was.
Because a lot of people were holding on to his hand. Then one particular guy, you could see his hand, he was trying to pull out the ring.
And he was also saying that the guy is not really a fan, you know, that he had tried like 10 times, you know, and that's when he decided to actually do that. And I think when he did that, the guy actually stopped. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just saying. Exactly,
with that type of thing?
Because he was, Burna Boy was absolutely aggressive in that. But
what do you make of people saying he shouldn't have done that because they are his fans?
Exactly.
Regardless of the fact that they were trying to rob him, that he should have left it for his bodyguards.
Can you imagine?
To take care of.
They said,
yeah, right. But
things
then he
like
was
that,
in the
you should
middle.
expect it as a celebrity.
I don't believe all that.
So you
It's
shouldn't
just ridiculous.
step off your security details, and if you have to, they need to be close to you. So whatever happens at that time, I don't think you should react that way. In as much as it's human.
if let's just you know picture the scenario. He's there in the middle of his.
So if Burna Boy is on stage, or maybe just anywhere that's not a stage, he's performing, right? And then he sees a guy that wants to shoot him. He shouldn't defend himself and wait for his security details.
Totally different.
What are you saying?
Okay,
let's steal.
You should just chill.
They try to steal from musicians every day when they are on stage.
Yeah,
they try to
someone else.
Somebody that
yes,
took off his shoes.
His sneakers,
yeah, and the guy actually ended up without shoes at the end of the
They
show.
took off his shoes because, I mean, no, I'm not saying he wasn't smart enough like Burna Boy to notice it, but I mean, if he was smart enough to notice that someone was targeting his shoes, he would definitely do something, whether drag the shoe from the guy
and
or...
not resort to his security detail.
You know, you can't wait for a security detail to protect yourself.
Yes, and then if let's look at...
but I'm just saying, if you've been trying to pull off my ring, if you've been trying to pull off, if you're telling me the person actually tried 10 times, meaning you can identify this person. When the person tried the first time, the second time, the third time, why did you say, hey, young man, get that guy or get that man out? It's as easy as that. It could have been. It could have been avoided. Do you understand?
Why don't you want to respect his own decision?
Or tell the security. That's why he's apologizing. If he thought his decision was right by kicking the guy, he wouldn't come out to
There's something
apologize.
called apologizing, and there's something called unreserved apology, right? This is a very reserved apology because he came out to let you know this is why I did this.
And
but
don't forget
fans.
Guys,
and it's not like outrightly apologizing to say, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have kicked his butt.
Because
I mean, you're trying to steal from me what I'm saying.
They're going to mute him from coming back to Zambia, or where was it? Yes, there was a hashtag that mute Burna Boy. And I think that's one of the reasons why he decided he was going to apologize.
He actually explained himself.
Regardless of how you want to look at it, it doesn't justify. I keep telling you guys that, look, these celebrities are role models. You cannot, I repeat, no matter how upset you are, you cannot justify violence.
If I really want to
that
see how you're going
violence.
to be, you know, in 5 years from now,
So,
and how
okay,
when,
I have another
when you got to
question.
that
So
superstar
let's say
status.
Elsie is a superstar. You know, I'm not. Yeah, and then you're working. I'm working in.
Fair, he's going to be a superstar.
I want to use a woman.
Okay,
so
okay.
I'm working in a crowd or a place that's supposed to be like my fans. They're chilling, right? And then some dude just comes to rub my butt, and then I decide to slap him. What would you say to that?
Oops. Oops, oops, oops.
I mean, that's like a scenario. I'm a star, right? You're my fan. And then you think because you like me, because you respect, let's forget about
you're a fan,
robbery.
yeah.
Now let's take it to that. And then you just hit my butt and then I slap you. What would you do? How would you analyze that?
Number one, that's sexual harassment, and that one is reflex.
So now sexual
That one is
harassment.
reflex. No, that is
theft.
reflex. As in, it's only normal that once that type of thing happens, the next thing that you do
You
is
don't think
slap.
Burna Boy acted reflexively?
No, he had 10 times. If the person has rubbed you, if the person has rubbed once, rubbed twice, rubbed thrice, then you slap the person, I'll tell you the same thing, that your reaction is wrong.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Because you
allow the person to rub once, rub twice.
I say Burna should have reacted the first time.
Oh, the second or third time or the fourth time.
No, but you feel like you were saying earlier, you know, he was probably thinking of his status. At some point, you just like lose control.
Yes, that is why I said you
When
could
you've
just
done it
call
10
the
times.
security guy, like, hey, get that man out, or bring that guy on stage. Oh yeah, and then you make a joke out of it. You've been trying to rob my ring. What you get?
No,
you say it on
that would be
stage.
shaming a thief, and then somebody will not come out and tell you.
It would be a joke. As in, that's why I said
Alright, guys,
make
we
a
have
joke
to
out
leave
of
it
it.
there.
Say, oh, you know, maybe he hasn't eaten the whole day and he was trying to get your ring to eat. Why can't he let it go?
Let
How
it
much
go.
is the ring?
Well, that reaction would have been better.
All right, guys,
this.
let's move on to our next story. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough time to discuss it. Yes, so we're talking Prince Harry next. He banished his former best friend for warning him not to marry Meghan Markle. I don't know why people actually do that every once in a while. Let me see, who was it that did something like that? I can't even remember. I think it was like Kanye West when he was trying to get married to Kim. I think part of his crew actually said, you know, that he should
actually called him to tell him.
to kick, yeah, Prince
And
Harry.
that's why he kicked him back to Nigeria.
Oh my days. Okay, so this story that I think the closest friend that they were talking about, his name is Tom Skippy, exactly. And they knew themselves in school. Eton was that private school that they went to. I think there were like 4 of them that were very close. And you know,
and Tom was tagged the bad boyfriend.
No, it's all of them that they were bad guys. Even himself, Harry was a bad guy during those times.
Doing a lot of controversial stuff.
A lot of controversial stuff. And one of the highlights of, you know, during that period of time was when he was caught naked at a stripping club when they were playing pool all together. He did a lot of wild stuff, you know, before he actually began to calm down. And a lot of people are actually saying it's Meghan that began to calm him down.
And they even attended Skippy's wedding.
Yes, Skippy actually got, in Jamaica, even before that.
Yeah,
so
but that was the last time.
That was the last time. I think from then onwards, so I have a feeling something must have happened at that wedding, you know, because if they invited you for the wedding, it means the relationship was still cordial. During that wedding, I think something must have happened, you know, to sort of say, okay, let's just finalize, no more.
Maybe Skippy's bachi.
Who knows?
It was something else, you know.
Who knows?
Because they're saying this is Meghan's way of keeping him calm, and she doesn't want him close to temptation. And
exactly,
all of that.
that his group of friends, that if he remains in that in that circle, they're going to lead him astray, and she's getting ready to build a family with him, you know, and she doesn't want him to be tempted, you know, and lead him astray. And I think she's probably right, because if he gets into that bad boy character once again, you know, who knows what can lead him astray.
He has that bad boy look.
Right from the get-go, he's always, I think he didn't even really care much about the royal family. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do. Yeah. He was very free-spirited, like his mother.
Which is one of the reasons why a lot of people were not surprised when he got married to Meghan. Like, he broke the norm and he got married to Meghan. So, yeah.
And the royal family has been very, very accommodating, I have to say, for someone, because, you know, initially, you don't get married to someone who is divorced. You don't get married to someone who is actually...
mixed race.
mixed race. Someone that actually has a link to a black person, not just even mixed race, you know, because her mom is black. So Elsie, you're just looking at me like,
No, I like the joy that comes up when you have to
talking
talk about your family.
You know? He's talking about your family.
Please go on.
oh, Elsie, I think I'm done. I've said all I need to say.
About the royal family and look at it from the angle of really normal people. I mean, we know guys that try to stop their guy friends from getting married to a particular
and vice versa, you know, with the girls as well who try to.
Yeah, for one reason or the other, best known to them. What do you think should be the best reaction?
You mean instinctively or after second thoughts?
Either ways.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's for you to actually take on board what they've said and reflect upon it and see if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, fine. Because at the end of the day, your feelings will actually lead you. If you're feeling that, yes, if I settle with this person, you know, like with Kanye West, I feel like now he's even proud that he got married to her. And I feel that Prince Harry is also going to get to that point where he'll be like, yes, thank goodness I married Meghan, you know, and I didn't listen to my friends. So your feelings or your heart or your emotions will lead you at that particular time. And your emotions can far outweigh sense at that particular time or any kind of advice that anyone is giving you.
Well, for me,
Satisfied?
I think if a friend of mine is going to marry someone and I feel like they shouldn't get married, I'm still not going to say anything.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, you're saying the other party should not say anything.
It's relationship is marriage.
Exactly.
These things get complicated.
Yes, don't get involved.
I mean, you decided to marry this person. The only thing I can do is probably ask you questions.
I have to say, though, guys, I have to say.
Let's say a scenario. What if she's about to marry this guy that you know that, okay, has broken like so many people's hearts and she didn't know, maybe she just returned to the country and you've probably been a victim of this guy and then he's now with your best friend.
No, I'm not going to tell you not to marry the person. I'm just going to tell you, oh, I have a history with this person. I had a past with this person. I'll probably share. It's your decision to get married or not. I mean,
Elsie.
he probably did those stuffs then. For every guy, you say this guy is bad. Is somebody's Prince Charming.
Exactly.
Every girl, you say, oh, this girl, I beg, I
thing.
cannot have anything to do with her. They've what's the challenge you're doing? FU challenge. They've done this round. Some guy somewhere is going to pick her up and love her, right? So people change for people. He probably didn't change for you. Doesn't mean he's never going to be a good person.
All right, guys, that's where we're going to leave it. We're out of time. We're wrapping up right here, but we're back tomorrow with nothing else but the very latest. Before we go, quick thank yous to my co-anchors, Elsie and Ife, and also the entire production team. I'm Tokumbo Tai was saying good evening.